Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of June 2014. I'm going to show you the DVDs and Blu-ray that I've gotten over the month of June. And as you all know, I'm going to start this video with giving two YouTubers SQ, a YouTuber from the UK. He doesn't have much subscribers. I don't know exactly how many, but he doesn't have much, so I hope that he will get a lot more through this shout out. And the second shout out is for Movie Cave Dave. He is, he has become a legend on our community now. He was formerly known as Hip Hop and Rap 71, but something happened with that channel. I believe it was accidentally deleted. So now he has this new channel, Movie Cave Dave, for some time. And if you haven't subscribed to him, please do so. And if you don't want to, you're making a big mistake. So go check these guys out and hit the sub button. Blue SQ and Movie Cave Dave. You will not regret it. Okay, we start off with a few DVDs that I got in a trade, and they are Chariots of Fire. This is the 2-disc special edition. I've seen this movie when I was a teenager, and I remember that I was incredibly bored by it. But I'm willing to give it another chance. I'm much older now, so who knows, I might like it this time. Here's another movie I'd like to give another chance, The Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. I really liked the first movie. This one, however, was a bit of a letdown, but it wasn't entirely bad, but it wasn't entirely good either. But like I said, I want to give this another shot. And the last DVD that I got in the trade is The Crying Game, which is a pretty good film by Neil Jordan. This is the collector's edition from the US of, or is it Canada, I believe? Oh well, anyway, it's region 1. So these were the DVDs that I got. Okay, next is, well, actually the first 7 Blu-rays are all movies with Lee Marvin, one of my all-time favorite actors. And the first one, as you can see, is The Dirty Dozen, which is a classic, of course. I haven't seen this movie on Blu-ray yet, but I've only seen clips of it, and I have to say I'm not entirely satisfied with the transfer, but I guess they couldn't do any better, but I don't know. Anyway, this is a classic film. Lee Marvin himself wasn't really pleased with it. He did admit that he enjoyed the movie, but he said it was crap because it didn't really give a real look on how World War II was like, and he should know because he fought in the war. He was a Marine. But I always loved it. The Dirty Dozen. This is a classic. Next one is Check Out on 101. I have not seen this one yet, but I heard some good things about it. This is a Cold War espionage thriller with an early role by Lee Marvin there. Yeah, can't wait to check this out. This could be really good. And this is truly one of my favorite Lee Marvin movies, Multiwars. Fantastic western, also with Jean Moreau and Jack Palance. This is the German release. The transfer is fantastic. This is one of those movies which is about the end of an era, the end of the cowboys. There are a lot of movies made like these, like The Wild Bunch, for example, or Lonely But the Brave. Some other films like that. I've always loved this. This is a fantastic film. They actually remade it with Tom Selleck, and but this is much better. truly a fantastic film. Here's another German release of a really good Lee Marvin flick, Prime Cut. Fantastic film. This is also the film debut by C.C. Spacek. Yeah, I really like these German releases. The transfer looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a few Arrow Video releases of Lee Marvin movies. This is the Delta Force. Doesn't really need an introduction. You know, a lot of people actually purchase this one. This has the the reversible cover, as you can see here, the original artwork, and a booklet. With a lot of essays and pictures. One of Lee Marvin's last movie, I believe. He made this movie a year before he died. 1986, yeah. He died in 1987. Next is The Killers. This was truly a magnificent film. I've never seen it before. I've always wanted to check this out, but for some reason I never got around to do it. Directed by Don Siegel, who also did many films with Clint Eastwood, like Dirty Harry and Coogan's Bluff, for example. He was originally he was considered to direct the 1946 original version, but for some reason they hired another director. But now he did the remake. I've never actually seen the original version. I believe Burt Lancaster stars in the original version. But this was a fantastic film, fantastic, you know, film noir in color, with a brilliant role by Lee Marvin. Oh, what a! Let me show you the reversible cover here with Angie Dickinson. She worked with Lee Marvin on a couple of films. I know she did Dead Hunt with him and Point Break. Oh no, sorry, Point Blank. Point Blank, yeah, that's it. That's another favorite Lee Marvin of mine. It will be coming out on Blu-ray soon. I'm definitely going to get that. And there's another fantastic film, Violent Saturday, which is, you know, an excellent combination between film noir and melodrama. Two discs. One is the Blu-ray, the other is the DVD. And here is the reversible cover. You can see Lee Marvin over here, one of the bank robbers. And again, a very nice booklet there. Now this is not an Arrow release. This is from Eureka, who is also the company that released the Masters of Cinema series. But this is fantastic, truly fantastic release. It is Region B though, for those who cannot play Region B Blu-rays, but it's fantastic. It also has an interesting featurette, which is called Richard Fleischer, Storyteller, which, you know, interview with William Friedkin. But yeah, fantastic film, and those are my Lee Marvin movies. And now let's take a look at some of the Scream Factory releases I got. The first one is Darkman. There's the original cover. Always loved loved this movie. I've seen it many times back in the VSS days. I don't believe I've ever seen it on DVD. But yeah, great film. Body Bags, which is a great horror anthology. It was originally intended to be a television series, but for some reason the I believe it was Showtime. Showtime, you know, the channel that canceled the television show. So John Carpenter made a movie out of it. And here is Sleepaway Camp, which is a film that I've never seen before, but I was aware of the ending. So the ending did not came as a surprise, unfortunately. I believe if I did not knew about the ending, it would have, you know, blew me away. But still, you know, nevertheless, it's still a really good slasher movie, and one of the pretty much one of the better 1980s slasher movies. Okay, next up is Another Earth. I found it at my local supermarket, and I was surprised to find it there because they hardly have Blu-rays. They only have DVDs, not Blu-rays, but they had a couple of Blu-rays there, like the X-Men movies and some other titles that I wasn't really interested in, but I was definitely interested in this one. I've been looking for this one for some time, and for a good price, that is. And it cost me $5.99, almost €6. And this is a fantastic film, really, a very beautiful, and also basically two movies into one. You know, it's a science fiction movie and also a very human drama, and it works. It absolutely works. An interesting fact is that the main actor, William Mapother, I hope it said the name right, but he is, in real life, he is Tom Cruise's cousin. And he also did some small roles in the Tom Cruise movies, like Minority Report and Mission Impossible 2. And he was also in the Lost, the television series. But yeah, beautiful film, absolutely. And that final shot in this film, I'm not going to tell you what it is, of course, but that final shot, I thought was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Another Earth. I grabbed two Twilight Time Blu-rays. The first one is the Mechanic, the original one, and the best one. I mean, let's be honest. Charles Bronson, nobody can beat Charles Bronson, not even Jaden Statham. Great film. This is probably my favorite Michael Winner, Charles Bronson movie. They've done many films together, but this is the best one in my opinion. This also comes with a booklet. I know that these Twilight Time releases are expensive, but in euros, I believe it's about 21, 22 euros, and that's also about the same price for a brand new Blu-ray here in Holland. So that price for this limited edition Blu-ray isn't really that bad, you know. But I understand why people doesn't like Twilight Time because of the high prices. I do understand that, and I'm not going to get all of them. I just want to get the ones that I really want to have, you know, just like the Zavi exclusive steelbooks. You know what I mean? Yeah, great film. I love this quote by Roger Ebert, by the way. The real action in this movie is psychological. Two cobras circling each other. I've always loved, you know, these kind of quotes in Ebert's reviews. It's a shame that he isn't around with us anymore. But anyway, great film, The Mechanic. And here's another great film, also by Twilight Time, The Train, with Burt Lancaster. World War II film. The transfer looks fantastic. I know it is in black and white, but it's inglorious black and white. You know, it's very sharp and very beautiful looking transfer. Yeah, great film. The Train. I picked up the UK steelbook of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. This is the newly remastered version, remastered in 4K, and I also have the first Blu-ray release. And what I did was I actually compared the two Blu-rays just to see what the differences are. You know, I put this one in first, and then the other one, and then this one again, then the other one. I did that a couple of times, and there is a big difference between the two transfers. At first, I have to say I wasn't really pleased with this new print, because it's I don't know, the color didn't really seem right to me. It was too yellow, you know what I mean? But it's sharper. It's definitely sharp. If you look at the close-up of the axis, for example, you know, it definitely sharper than the first release. The restoration process was supervised by the assistant of Tonino Delicoli, who was the director of photography, and according to him, the new transfer is what Sergio Leone originally intended the movie to look like. And you know, I'm not really sure about that. I mean, it's sound a little, I don't know, dubious, if you ask me. I mean, if that was the case, then why is the transfers of a fistful of dollars and for a few dollars more, why does it look differently than this one? But well, I guess we'll never find that out, and I'm actually sure that MGM will not make another print of this movie again. But this is, I guess, this is the best one they can come up with. Although I do have to say that the transfer of the first release wasn't really that bad. I mean, I guess they did use DNR to get rid of some of the grain. You know, DNR is short for digital noise reduction. But the transfer of the first release wasn't really that bad. I thought it was it looked pretty good, actually. It was a very, you know, very soft, a very warm look. But this one is, you know, it is sharper, but it's also very yellow-ish, like I said. But then I watched the movie, you know, the whole 3 hours, and I started, you know, paying attention to the color at the beginning. But as the movie progresses, I just forgot about it and just enjoyed the movie nonetheless. And yeah, I think it's I think that the transfer has to grow on me. I mean, I would prefer the transfer of the first release, because it's more, you know, the colors seem right to me. But yeah, I think it has to grow on me. But anyway, let me show you the inside artwork very quickly. This is, of course, the famous scene at the end, the Mexican standoff. There's Lee Van Cleef, Clint Eastwood, and of course Eli Wallach, who recently passed away. He was 98 years old. I mean, what an age is that? 98 years old. But anyway, you know, it remains a brilliant film, and you know, I might say give it a shot. The new transfer, you might like it. I mean, like I said, it's a lot sharper and a lot clearer than the other one. But the colors, I mean, it's okay. Anyway, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, now I've got to be careful with this one. It is Cannibal Holocaust. This is the Grindhouse releasing 3-disc special edition. And here is the back, the one that goes all the way. This is pretty much the ultimate Blu-ray edition of this movie. It does not get any better than this. You know, I like the movie. I just don't like the animal killings. I really hate the animal killings. But the final 10-20 minutes is, I think that's the best moment. It's a brilliant piece of filmmaking. You know, very effective, very brutal. And let me show you what it has inside. This is the soundtrack by Riz Ortolani. This is a brutal scene, by the way. This is the rape scene. Absolutely brutal. There's a lot of really harsh and brutal scenes in this one. It comes with the Blu-ray of the movie, and this is the Blu-ray of the special features. And here we have a advertisement flyer, and here is the booklet. And I have to be careful with the booklet because it does contain nudity. Oh, here's an essay by Eli Roth. You know, I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Eli Roth. I mean, I do like his movies, but I don't know. He's pretty sure of himself, isn't he? I mean, that's the impression that I have of him. Here's a picture over here. Oh, I'd like to show you this one. A centerfold. This is kind of like a Playboy magazine for necrophiles. There's a little picture there. I mean, the special features Blu-ray, by the way, contains a few Easter eggs, and one of the Easter eggs is a footage of the Canadian premiere in 2001, and it's, you know, some of the people have never seen the movie before. It was basically the first time since 30 years ago that the movie was shown in Canada, so many people have now seen it, and many people did not appreciate it. I believe there were a couple of people who walked out of the movie after 10 minutes, and there was also this guy who just fainted. You know, he just passed out and hit the floor, and he didn't hit the floor hard. I mean, there was this other guy who managed to grab his arms, and, you know, slowly lay him down on the floor. But that was, you know, that was the effect that this movie has on some people, because it is a very brutal film, and definitely not for the faint of heart. But this edition is certainly worth grabbing if you like cannibal movies. This is, you know, pretty much the ultimate Blu-ray edition there is. Another fantastic release by Grand House Releasing. Almost there. Cannibal Holocaust. And last but not least, I picked up this wooden box set from Germany, the Westerns collection. This was on sale at Amazon.de for 17-18 euros. I believe the price is higher now. I believe it's 10 euros more now. I'm not really sure, but it's a very, very nice wooden box. And let me show you what the movies it has inside. It has Joe Kidd with Clint Eastwood, Rooster Cogburn with John Wayne and Katharine Hepburn. This is the sequel to the original True Grit. Two Mules for Sister Sarah, another Eastwood Western. And there's another John Wayne Western with Kirk Douglas there. This is the War Wagon, I believe. Yeah, the War Wagon. That's it. So 4 very nice westerns in a very nice wooden box set. There you go. So, there you go. That is it for my DVD and Blu-ray update of June 2014. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.